Good morning. It's Johnny Sunshine again. Guys, I posted a little video on my channel a few minutes ago. I was prompted to go to another YouTube guy here in Sarasota Tim, by somebody on the comments. Mentioned him, he said, why don't you have Sarasota Tim come and we can debate the political issues in this country. I can't debate with people like him. He lives in a different world than I live in. But I will tell you that I posted that video, and for the first time in over 1,500 videos, I got a thing from YouTube that said additional review is needed for this video. Usually, so you can monetize it, they review it, and if there's any copyright issues or anything, they'll either say you can't monetize it or not, but that happens within like a half hour or so when you post a video. This video, for the first time in my YouTube career, they need 24 hours to review this video that I put up about Sarasota Tim. So think about that, guys. Just think about that. That's where we are in this country. God forbid you question the Fuhrer. God forbid. So anyways, this video is going to be about my air conditioning system. I did take it off of my truck last night by myself. Just putting it on a hand truck, knowing it's all metal and you can damage things, and there's a lot of writing on the box telling you where you can pick it up and how you need to pick it up with a hand truck or a forklift, or so I was able to move the air handler. That was pretty light, and that wasn't an issue. I got it in my garage. But when it came to the compressor, it wasn't that it was heavy, it was that it was awkward and very, very big. So what I did was I got it off the pallet on the back of my truck by hand. I got it sitting on my driveway. I put I didn't want to damage anything on the bottom of it by poking the tongue on the hand truck through anything. So what I did was I did put a hand truck on it, on the side where it says you can do it. I guess they, each side of the box, they say don't do that on this side or something like that, I was able to gather. But anyways, I put it on the hand truck, and I just got on the other side. The hand truck was on the far side, and I just pushed the thing. I lifted up the front, and I pushed it on the metal tongue and the wheels, and I was able to push that thing into my garage right over the 1-inch hump where the slab is, going into the garage, and it worked out fine. But I don't know anything about this, so I'm trying to gather as much as I can. I pay attention to Mikey Pipes and Steve Lav. So I gather that, I look at my air compressor outside. I mean, not air compressor, the AC compressor. And there's not a lot happening out there, man. I mean, there's 2 pipes coming in, a thermostat wire, and that's about it, man. So I need to, before I disconnect that, I need to recover the R22 that's in there. And the fact that I'm going from R22 to a different gas, 410A, apparently you need to use dry nitrogen to clean that line. I'm going to look into a new line set and measure it out so that I have enough pipe. I'll probably have to, if it gets too long, I'll probably have to add some gas to that when I'm finished. But I think because the line set's 20 years old and it did have a different gas in it, that if it's not too expensive, and this stuff seems to be pretty cheap, man, what I'm looking at, you know, I mean, I could even buy an extra coil for that thing for like $400 or $500, man. I mean, come on, really? 16,000? Jesus Christ. Anyways, so I can't buy a pump. I mean, I'm looking at where I am now, coming from the buying side to this price, the friends and family price that I got, and there's a chasm between what the money I've spent and what it would have cost me to have somebody else do it. So if I'm creeping up towards that, if I get up to 6, you know, I'm about, let's just say 5,000 in on all of this stuff right now. If I get up to 6, 7, 7,500, 8,000, I'm still way ahead of the game, man. That's paying somebody to help me. Or buying the tools myself, man. But I'll be honest, at 61, Johnny is not going to be doing air conditioning in Florida. I think my fucking job is, I wouldn't want to be in a fucking attic every day of my fucking life. I mean, they did smarten up. Now, the newer houses, the air handlers are hanging in the garage. They actually designed the trusses so that, you know, the air handlers in the garage, easier to work on, easier to change out. But I've got a few things that I'm kicking around. Do I want to put this unit in the closet or relocate it to another closet? Noise is an issue that I need to consider, because it is right where the bedrooms are. It could be easily done. I mean, I could build a plenum in my closet, run the duct, extend the duct work down, and I'm looking at all the metal stuff that I need. It appears I need to measure those pipes. I think I've got a 16-inch pipe or 14-inch pipe, flex duct coming into the return air side. And I'm wondering, I just looked up a few things where you could buy a cap, a metal thing where you know, it just caps the end of the air handler, and you can, you know, make your connection with the ductwork, and that entails a whole bunch of different. You need to put the sealer on there, zip ties, then another zip tie, you know, some more sealer. So I'm thinking, you know, I need that, but that was $100 for that fitting, you know. Or I could do it like the guy who put the system in. He could use ductboard and make his own. I've seen those rings. You can buy the ring. It's probably $5 for that, and you make your own end cap. I would prefer to have the metal, to be honest with you. I would spend the extra money to do that. And I was thinking about that Flex Seal in a spray can. I mean, I don't know if Flex Seal would work on that. Once you screw that thing in, you know, the cap, just spray the fucking joint all the way around with Flex Seal. Would that work? Probably would. Rather than getting into that mastic or whatever the fuck it's called. I mean, I see the stuff. I know what it is. I've watched a few videos. So I need to pump the system down, the compressor, before I disconnect it. Pump it down to 0 pressure. Recover the gas. Disconnect the system. Yank that thing out of there. I'm going to put a new disconnect box. I don't like the kind that pulls out. Maybe you guys can. They're pretty cheap, and it just seems like there's some arcing going on, and I don't like the way when you stick it back in, you get a little bit of arcing before you push the thing in all the way. So I may go to like a circuit breaker type disconnect right there at the unit outside. I'm going to do another disconnect up in the attic for the air handler. The wire size, I listened intently to what this guy was saying. He was checking wire size, he checked the breaker size, and everything I have is compatible. I can double check it, not just basing it off of what he said, but everything's compatible. I have a 5-ton unit in there now. The wire size is correct and the breaker size is correct. So I think on the discharge side of it, where the air conditioned air comes out, I can buy another end cap and throw that on there, or I'd have to do it different, obviously, if I built a plywood box as a return air, and then obviously you have to put the duct board in there and make good solid connections on that. It's non-programmable, meaning it's as simple as it gets, guys. I can probably use the thermostat that I have in my house right now without changing it. But even if I had to change it, they're pretty damn cheap, man. I mean, all of this stuff doesn't cost a lot of money. It only costs a lot of money when you're buying it from a fucking air conditioning contractor, you know, who fucking ups the price 100%. Or fucking 300%, or fucking, 6,000%, depending on how much it costs, Oh, that costs $10, so yeah, we'll charge them $600. Yeah, and it's just because that's the cost of doing business. Give me a fucking break. So, that's where I am. I am going to buy a bottle of 410A. I've got a 410A system in the other house. I've gotten a lot of work done here over the last couple of years, man. And I gotta, sometimes I feel like I'm struggling, But I gotta say, man, I'm doing a lot better than I think I am. At my age and with my health issues, on my own. Put a new air conditioning system in the house, in the guest house. Had to cut some trees down. Had to redo my fucking drain field. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on, man. And it all costs a lot of money, man. And I did it. It would have cost 10 times that if I paid people to fucking do it. And my septic system's working. And there's every time I post a fucking video, there are naysayers. That's not gonna fucking work. Give me a fucking break. Good God, man. So, I watched Steve's video yesterday, which I can tag that somehow and go back to it. But what he did yesterday was basically, what I'm going to be doing. I mean, his air handler was in a space where he could actually just walk in there. It was a nice, easy installation as installations go. Mine, not so much. If I put it up in the attic, I think it's a better place to have it in my closet. That's something I need to decide, and it would be a matter of adding, buying some ductwork, adding the air going out to the house would come in on the top of the unit, and the return air would go in through the bottom, come up through the bottom. This unit has an H, not an H. An N coil instead of the regular V coil. I read about that. It is aluminum. It appeared that unit, that's what they're making them out of now, man. And I'm going to get a lot of comments. Oh, they just bought a fucking cheap unit. Jesus Christ. It's got a 10-year warranty, guys. As long as it gets permits pulled and a fucking certified air conditioning guy sends in the paperwork, it's covered under warranty, man. And it is the one that Steve put in yesterday was all aluminum. I listened intently to everything he has to say. I can learn this shit. It's not, I'm getting a lot of, catching a lot of bullshit from these guys online. Why aren't you doing air conditioning? Because I decided to be a fucking plumber, buddy. You know, even in fucking shops down here in Florida that do AC, plumbing, electrical, they're different divisions within the same business. They're not doing all of that shit. They're not an electrician, plumber, and an AC guy. The fuck, man? And I'm 61 years old. What the fuck? I've been in business for almost 30 years. I don't want to be a fucking air conditioning guy, but I also don't want to get bent over by them motherfuckers, you know? So I gotta get out of the house today and do some work on my truck, putting that seat back in, getting rid of that big toolbox on the side of the truck that I just never use, man. It's taking up the most valuable real estate on the passenger side of my truck, and I just never use it, man. And I gotta say, man, that my eyes have really taken a turn for the fucking worst, man. I mean, they're just fucking inflamed. If this guy don't help me, I'm gonna choke him, man. I'm gonna grab him by his fucking neck and say, "Fix my eyes!" It's probably not a good thing to let all of that out of the bag before I go, you know? Maybe I'll bring Sarasota Tim with me, strapped to the fucking nines. And the guy's a Spanish guy. Espanza. You fucking goddamn. Let me see your papers, Sarasota Tim. Let me see your papers. Are you here legally? There was an article in the paper this morning about Marco Rubio. Yeah, his great-grandfather was deported and then got caught again breaking into America. I don't know. So I gotta look in my closet here. Unfortunately, yeah, there's some dirty clothes in the corner, guys. Don't judge. Don't judge. I'm a single guy. Come on. I'm not Sarasota Tim living in a fucking goddamn trailer. But see, I could put this air handler in here. Unfortunately, I built this thing. It's not going to be a big closet, but if I ever sell this place, I think that they would maybe tear it down. But I could definitely put it right here. Boom. Build a box. I think I got 2 feet here. Build a box. Bring the return air in on this side. Come down. Make sure that box is sized correctly so that it doesn't impede the flow of air. Come up in the middle. And then come right out of the top of it and go up to the supply side. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. The other day I took a shower, man. When I bathe my dogs, I bathe them in the shower, and my eyes are a real issue, and I did take a flea bath the other day. Yeah. And this one, I use that too. It reduces excess shedding. Really good. Every once in a while, go ahead and use your dog shampoo. Just a little tech tip. And definitely take your guns off. When you take a shower, put the fucking, keep them close. Hang them on the fucking towel rack right outside the shower. Just in case. You'd never want, that would be like the worst case scenario. You're like really taking a shower and you got like you're shampooing, your eyes are closed, and all of a sudden there's a black man and you're fucking, there to rob you. And what the fuck, man? I don't have my guns. Jesus Christ. Yeah. These people are fucking strange. strangers in the night. I'm more concerned about them. To be honest with you, man, I am more concerned about a conservative with a gun than being robbed by a Mexican or a black man. That's my fucking reality, and that's not my thinking is not incorrect. They're a fucking danger. If you go to a gas station, it happens all the time down here, man. They pass these laws. Like, Ron DeSantis just passed a law that if somebody is trying to obstruct a roadway, like these, you know, they stop the traffic on a highway or something, these protesters, which isn't cool. I'm not fucking, you know, saying that's the right thing to do. But Ron DeSantis, in his infinite wisdom, just passed a law that said you can run them over. If you fear, you know, you just run them over and get to a safe place where you can get your guns, you know, in case somebody follows you. This is the world they live in, man. You know? Huh. Incredible. So, in the meantime, with my current air conditioning system, which is working fine, I may go buy a couple cans because the casing around it, you know, it's got some rust spots, and I gotta say that shit is messy, man. The mastic, you know, I've been on jobs, I've seen plenty of fucking air conditioning systems go in. I've watched fucking air conditioning guys building boxes. I know how to cut that shit. I know what tools you need. I've watched it 1,000 fucking times. And I just gotta tell you, man, that the guys slinging that shit up in the attic, they never looked like the sharpest knives in the fucking drawer. That's all I'm saying, guys. I don't mean to offend you. But these motherfuckers, I mean, literally an active crackhead can do it. I mean, you can train a crackhead to do it in a week. A fucking alcoholic. 90% of them are fucking alcoholics. Grey Goose comes to mind. Yeah. So I'm in rare form today. 22 minutes deep into this enlightening video. Let's do a little search here and see what's happening with the video that I put up about Sarasota Tim. Son of a bitch. So I wrote on his thing. I commented on his channel when I watched it. I got halfway through, guys. This is how much I watched. You can see how, and this is him, you know, in his garb. Let me just show you what this was all about. This guy showing off his...
Let me get you guys back here. You guys see this?
This guy's warped.
I even got tactical 511 footwear.
Yeah,
this is something I used to wear quite a bit in Georgia. I use it when I go RVing because
you just never know.
It's just you know, good traction and stuff like that. But this is not a Cowboy Tim get up. This is a proud military, President Trump, Second Amendment, proud to carry, proud to own, proud to be a Floridian, proud of Ron DeSantis. You hear what he said?
Yeah.
You run across anybody out there that's blocking our roads in the state of Florida and they approach your car and you're afraid of your life, you've got full permission to run straight ahead to get out of there. And if it means running them over, run them over.
Run them over, them motherfuckers.
That's the kind of talk, and that's the kind of governor, and that's the kind of deterrent that our president and our governor is showing. This
I gotta stop this for a minute. But this is a big macho man, you know.
No real Americans yet, and so we're showing our support to Israel.
This is a macho guy, big tough guy. He's afraid of some fucking 5 foot tall brown Mexican blocking the road. Run him over!
On one of our military bases, and these people, these nutbags out there riding, these paid-for antagonists. These are not Americans. These are anti-American terrorists, hate the USA, criminal-minded, whatever they are.
The worst of the worst. This guy's in his kitchen, man. Jesus Christ.
And I'll say what I believe. But don't you be bringing out no hammers and rocks and...
No, because I bring out my guns.
Impeding us from moving about as a free American among the streets. Get out there. Have your voice known. See how much attention you get. None. Nobody's listening. But if you have to reach over the line, be prepared to pay. That's what Governor DeSantis says.
That's what I fucking...
Four-wheel drive today.
Oh, he's got a four-wheel drive too, man, just in case.
University Parkway here in Sarasota. All day long. Bring it.
Bring it! I'm ready!
Let's get some coffee going here.
Scary.
I'm very charged up today. Very
Oh,
excited.
Jesus. He didn't even have a cup of coffee at that point. Guys, this is too much for Johnny. This guy said he's going to go and drive up and down. He's looking for a fight, man. He is strapped. He's got his car fucking loaded up with fucking ammunition. He's got four-wheel drive just in case he has to run a fucking immigrant over. Or a fucking liberal. Are you fucking kidding me, man? You people are fucking nuts. I'm going to end on that. Have a great day. If there's any, rednecks out there who know how to put air conditioning systems in, give me a call. I need some help. Yeah, my eyes hurt.